Welcome to the Lone Wolf Tarot. I am the Lone Wolf. We're going to be doing a collective read that is general, guys. So if it doesn't resonate, let those things fly and take what does. Also, this is a timeless read. It is channeling any type of energies from the viewer that's currently viewing. So this could be tomorrow, this could be a week from now, this could be today, basically. All right, with that being said, we're going to dive into it. We got Guide on the fence already, and we have Father coming out. Also, I just want to let you guys know I had a friend come over today. I was so excited, guys. That never happens. And then Genius and Dancer came out together. We're going to take those two as like a single energy. Then we're going to do some clarifying or supporting energies, right? With this little tiny cute deck. I don't know what this is called, guys. So don't ever ask me about any of that. Anyway, let's do this for guide, please. So we have family. Oh my gosh. Okay, with father. Oh, this is already so cute. Yeah. Oh, stop, but in reverse or stagnant. Ooh, I don't know where we're going. Okay, and then with dancer and genius, please. Compromise in reverse. Okay. So, with that being said, you could be wanting to either progress towards having a family and or like building a home. Maybe you want to be a guide to a family. Maybe you want to be like the father, because I see like with this stop card in reverse, it's giving like there's an end to maybe you not being a father, maybe you not having a family. It's heavy giving like you just want to be a family, you want to be the head of the household, you want to be the guide, you want to be someone who like progresses either towards this or helps the family progress in a way that when people come to and ask for guidance of some type of sort. Okay, so with genius and dancer, that's the one that befumbles me or befuddles me. So you could be somebody who's very intelligent, somebody who like has a good head on their shoulders, someone with like extraordinary gifts, someone who's just like really blessed and highly favored when it comes to intellect in general. You could also be maybe even somebody who, maybe they know how to dance, or maybe you are very passionate about life, passionate about things in general. You maybe put your intelligence into your passions. You could be very like harmonious with, like maybe you use your intelligence in a harmonious way that is like aligned with God's will, with like the universe, or with like the path that you're on, type of thing. But with compromise in reverse, I feel like maybe you don't want to have to compromise this. Like, okay, so maybe that's why I'm like, it's really confusing to me. I'm just gonna go ahead and dive into the tarot because, like, I don't know, guys. Let me see. Like, maybe you don't want to reconcile with somebody, or maybe because you're set in, like, maybe you're an individual who may be set and very passionate about how you think, that you're not going to compromise in a way. Like maybe you're very stuck in your ways. Maybe you think maybe you're giving a little bit of a know-it-all type of energies or something of the sort, and like you won't budge, you won't agree with somebody, you don't want to agree. um yeah, we're gonna get some more information on these two cards, please, because I am really confused. So we have the moon card coming out. Okay, so with the moon card coming out here, I'm gonna put it right there for now. With the moon card coming out, um, yeah, maybe like maybe if you release this, you feel like it's low key giving like you could be somebody who maybe control. I mean, just now because I'm looking at it, like maybe this is your way of controlling the narrative. This is your way of like controlling your reality. So let's say like you believe a certain way or something, and now you're being questioned to release that way. Maybe it will like destroy everything you know, with tower card at the bottom. That's hilarious. Destroy everything you know. So you could have like some type of fear. Okay, or maybe like I don't know, guys. Can I get some more information? Because I might not. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups with the, yeah. So maybe you have to leave behind this mindset, or like maybe the way you've been moving. Like you maybe been moving very logically. Maybe you're somebody who puts your mind above everything. like I don't know if y'all can hear my phone going off. It's way over there. I can't. But so like maybe you use your mind to move through life, to move through like and every choice you make, every passion, every like detail, and you're not willing to compromise. I feel like that comes from potentially fear as well, because maybe you can control the narrative, or like if you believe that you know everything, then like you don't get hurt or something. So you could be being called to like remove yourself from this mindset some reason, to maybe like embrace or make an action towards something that's not mentally driven. So it's like, let's say you don't play the lottery because it doesn't make logical sense. The statistics are too high, like too low or something, and you're very logical about it. But then you like get this intuitive nudge to play the lottery or something, right? And like you're like, that doesn't make sense. I feel like you're like not. It's like giving a stubborn energy because of being a know-it-all. Like, not gonna lie, but you're being called to not do that because you could win the lottery now. Like there's something that you have to do. The Queen of Swords came out. There's something. Oh my gosh, there's something that you have to do basically that's potentially goes against your logic, or something that you're being called to do with the Knight of Wands, and it doesn't make sense to you, and that's why you're like not, because maybe it causes some type of fears, but it's like your intuition speaking louder with the moon cards. Like it's like, doesn't make sense. There's not like there's things that are hidden and you can't really figure it out, and that's why you're not really trying to compromise, you're not really trying to budge. But when I shuffle, guys, I'm like low key channeling, but it's giving like also, yeah, you could. That's like low key what I'm getting with these cards. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm getting with these cards, with the lovers coming out. If potentially love related. But let's dive in more. Let's see what else we got going on. So, yeah, you're probably not trying to move. You're not trying to budge here. So, it's maybe potentially like you're giving yourself bad advice, and we have the the King of Cups in reverse. So yeah, like you're not really listening to your feelings. You're like, yeah, you're cold and detached when it comes to whatever you're trying to move towards, because you're trying to move towards it with your mind, and you're not supposed to. You're supposed to move towards it with your heart. This is supposed to be upright. This is supposed to be somebody who's like loving, someone who's empathetic, someone who has emotional intelligence. Not saying that you don't, but someone who's like supportive, maybe even, um, you know, they they have control over themselves in the way, they are very good leadership qualities, so it's like giving like you don't move this way, and when you don't move in a heartfelt way, it's causing issues for you. What are the issues? I'm really stuck on this, y'all. What are the issues? Progression somewhere. So maybe you're trying to progress. So this card is talking about progression. So maybe you're trying to progress in the father direction. So you could be a masculine, not trying to lie. You could be trying to progress maybe in your family, maybe trying to progress in a bond. This could be romantic, with the lovers card did show itself. So like you're not, you could need to progress somewhere, but you're not progressing because of your mind and your mental state currently, which is very cold, standoffish, very distant, and like maybe you're not making, like your brain is steering you wrong for the first time potentially. You could have a lot of fear in your brain as well with the moon card coming out. You could be like stressing in some type of way, or like having a lot of anxiety. Your brain is giving like playing tricks on you and making you feel like you can't make any moves. Let's get some more though now. Ooh, okay, so the Empress came out. So there's a potential that you're trying to bond with an Empress, or female energy, feminine energy, not female, feminine energy. Okay, there's a potential that maybe you want to progress towards them and have a family towards this person. Okay, so with that being said, you might want to make some actions. We had the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. There's maybe you want to make some actions. The Empress is also very much an action card. It's just a different type of action card. But like there's a potential that you're trying to progress towards them. You're trying to maybe have kids, because the Empress is a pregnant person, a fertile person. Let's get some more information, please. Hmm. Love is in reverse. So you're being called, because it's landing on the father and the stop. You're being called to like maybe potentially stop, Like you're making choices. You're doing something that is stalling this, and like maybe the universe or divine is saying, hey, we know that you want, maybe your ancestors, your whatever, right? They're saying, hey, we know you want to be a father. There's something that you potentially need to stop. It's giving like you're causing your own suffering perhaps with this mindset that you have, and that's why you're not progressing, but you want to progress. I feel like you were potentially close to progressing. Maybe you ran into an empress, maybe you are the empress, and you're looking for a father figure for your family or something of the sort, someone to lay eggs with. But yeah, it's giving like maybe you make bad choices as well, and maybe you need to stop looking for these bad choices, because I'm flipping it, where it needs to go. Okay, but it's giving also that maybe you're like fearing commitment somewhere, or feel, or like you're very disharmonious when it comes to even receiving love in some type of way, and that's stopping you from being a father or stopping you from having a family. Can I get more information? Let's go on with this guy, please. This is crazy, bro. So like that's too many cards. So low key, high key, y'all are really in your head about this though. It's about maybe starting a being, yeah. So there's definitely been a delay, a standstill when it comes to, we got the hangman in reverse when it comes to your progression into this family. I feel like you don't want to lose control of yourself. Maybe that's why you stay in an energy of mental actions, of logic, of whatever, because you don't you don't want to lose control. I don't know if y'all heard that. My kids are being really loud. I'm just making sure no one's crying. You don't want to lose control of your emotions. Maybe, perhaps, maybe this person makes you lose control of your emotions. Maybe you are like, yeah, you're just trying not to. That's so cute, low key. You're trying not to lose yourself in this connection, perhaps, and in this energy, and you're like afraid of also, like, let's say you didn't really realize how much you would lose of yourself when you get in a relationship, right? So let's say, like, being a mother, I'm going to just give an example because I'm a mom. Being a mother, I have to consider my kids always for the rest of my life, no matter what, even if they're older, and I'm making decisions, I should be considerate of my kids because I brought them into this world. I'm not saying people do this, but that's just my logic that I should do it, you know? So it's like giving, that's a big sacrifice to take to actually settle down and have kids with someone, or settle down and just have kids in general and bring another life into this world. You're responsible for shaping someone else's reality to make sure that they have um, a clear head, that they can navigate the world once they're old enough to be out there by themselves, and like, they have the abilities and can handle confrontation properly. Like, you're really shaping. Now of course they're gonna shape their own stuff too, but it's like you have to give them some type of foundation that really helps them in reality, and helps them shape a better reality for themselves, better than you have shaped for yourself and what your parents shaped for you, type of thing. So it's like it's a very heavy weight. That's a big sacrifice to take, because now I can't just go to Dubai when I want to. Now I have to like actually split my money how many ways I have with kids. So it's like it's giving like there's a stall because you're starting to realize that, am I really wanting to sacrifice this? There goes that logical energy again. Like, am I really willing to do this? This don't make no sense, kind of key, like kind of energy. So maybe you were about to have kids with somebody. Maybe like you were, maybe you're thinking this way because you're about to have a baby, or maybe you're thinking this way because you're about to pursue an empress energy, or maybe you're thinking this way because you are the empress and someone's like coming to you and they're being like, hey, I don't want to be a player no more. No, but they really are saying like, hey, I want to be a family, and you're like, oh, I was kind of enjoying us just being a couple and not having kids type energy. So maybe like I'm flipping it in all kinds of way, y'all, for y'all, and now you're like trying to. You're not compromising with them. You're like, hey, it's my body. It's painful. I don't want to have kids. I could die. What if the baby dies? This and that, and all the things. Why do they keep making him annoying? All the things that could contribute to being pregnant, type of thing, having kids. Then once you pregnant, are you nursing? Are you having formula? Are you homeschooling? Are you vaccinating? Are you blah blah blah? Like, all the things that contribute to having kids that people don't really consider when they first. Maybe some people do. Most people, I would think, don't think of the level of sacrifice that they're taking to have a family. So like maybe there's a conversation that you're having with your partner, and now it's like this doesn't align. I don't want to have a kid, and you do, and or like like maybe this is like the energy is giving. I'm just basically saying like now you're realizing the biggest sacrifice, and you're thinking very logically about it instead of just like going with it in the emotions. And I feel like that's what's causing the standstill. There's a lot of fears, anxiety. This is actually shaping up pretty nice, y'all. I can see what's going on now here. So we have, so someone's still very much manifesting being a father, though. So maybe you are the female or the feminine. Well, the one who can carry babies, the woman who could carry babies. There's potential that who's ever viewing them, or you just want to manifest your female who is going to have babies with you, and like kind of do that sacrifice for you. But it's giving like with the hangman, if you are the masculine with the hangman reverse, I just feel like you're like you're still wanting it though, but you're not willing to compromise somehow some way that doesn't make any sense to me because it's a big deal. Like if a woman gets pregnant for a man, you I'm not saying you have to worship the ground that she walks on, but you really have to be like nice to her. You can't be logical. She's not going to make sense majority of the time anyway because she's very hormonal and has experiences that she can't control. So it's like giving like if you're trying to move in a logical way towards having a family, that might cause some conflicts, which is maybe why another person doesn't trust having kids with you. There's like so many layers to this, guys. I'm just gonna close it out, but with the wait, let me see the Page of Pentacles. Did I even touch on that? It's just giving like, yeah, you really want to have kids. Maybe you could be manifesting some type of finances or some type of like maybe you're taking maybe I should tell you right now to take a parenting class. I feel like everyone should take parenting classes before they have kids. But anyway, it's just giving like you're trying to better yourself in some type of way towards being a father. The best way to do that is to stop thinking logical. Get lost in the sauce. That's what it's giving. Like low key, I'm gonna just say when you have a kid, there's something that comes like you could still be very logical, but there's something that over like these emotions that you have when you have a kid. I know it's freaking biological. Like I know it's hormonal. I know it's something that God made because I would never. I know this sounds so bad. I would never have a kid if I was purely in my logical. Like like the emotions really make it worthwhile, low key. You know, if you perceived it in a logical way, it would just ruin the whole experience. Like you have to be emotionally driven to have a family because if not, you're just like, why did I do this? This is a waste of time. They're breaking everything. This doesn't make any sense. What? Da, 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 da. Like it's so cold. So you have to move with love. Like that's basically what's going on. You have to love. You have to love. This is an energy of somebody who's not thinking in love. If you want to progress in the family dynamic, whoever this is, you have to think with love. Maybe you have a hard time doing that. Maybe it's something that you need to. Maybe that's what you need to manifest your skills on. How to love. How to love. Hey, let's close it out. How to steal your heart. The mystery card came out, so I don't know. Maybe I said everything I need to say, but with the mystery card coming out, it's just giving like time will tell where this leads. I don't know. Maybe there's so many people watching or so many different timelines that I can't really tell you if you're gonna have kids or there's nothing else to say. Type of energy. It's just giving like love. How to love. Hey, I had a lot of try to steal your heart. Victory! Okay, so fluorite came out. So maybe you will learn how to love. Maybe this is what's teaching you. This is teaching you how to love. This is healing your heart. This is something beautiful. So it says victory. I came, I saw, I conquered. Yeah, okay. If that makes sense to you, I feel like you're going to be victorious in this endeavor. You might just get the kid. You might just have the kids. Maybe that's what it is. Like, this is such a unique reading. I'm not going to lie. I was not expecting this. So somebody is very fearful. They think with their head, very passionate when it comes to mental things. Maybe a sapiosexual or whatever it's called, whatever. So you may be attracted to someone's mind, but you're fearful to move on and lose control in an emotional way. But you somehow want a family. Make it make sense. But you're gonna be victorious at the end of the day. That's all I gotta say. Your manifestations will be victorious once you move with love. Gotta remember that part. Okay, love you. Bye.